CANVASSITY Pan-African Youth Democracy Fellowship Program improves the capacity of young people to effectively engage elected representatives and government institutions to become more accountable, efficient, and to deliver impactful governance to citizens. CANVASSITY is an initiative of Young Styles Foundation with support from the National Endowment for Democracy, Washington, D.C., USA.
Hey there! Welcome to yet another exciting episode of CANVASSITY Series Season 2, where we capture the activities and experiences of young, bodacious Africans who are changing the world. I am Grace Jura, and with me is this funny bone.
Ejoa Ovi, guilty as charged. So we promise we're going to take you into the sessions that took place at the event. But basically on this episode, we'll be looking at the selection process and also the challenges that these participants had to face. So we had 180 participants, the sum of angles on a straight line and the sum of angles in a triangle. So how were they narrowed down? Were they just selected, the 40 were just selected?
Okay, we had 180 and it was narrowed down to 100. Basically, these 180 people had to submit their CV, complete the application process, and then write an essay.
Yeah, essay on what?
Yeah, so basically it was, in your view, discuss a 4-point agenda that would leapfrog governance and transform your country into an industrial and developed nation in 10 years, and explain your strategies for achieving this agenda.
I'm sure they had to look at the originality of that essay, they had to look at the achievability, the clarity, and then the alignment.
Yeah.
Wow. And
so basically it was interesting.
it was very interesting. And then this 100 was also narrowed down to 40. So they gave them 4 tasks to also do. So they have to submit an engagement charter, which basically has to be signed by a guarantor. That's like a band of good conduct. Someone has to attest to you.
Somebody has to attest to your behavior.
Yes, and also a capacity assessment form. So you have to identify gaps and how can we help you? How can CANVASSITY actually help you achieve this goal? You know, we talked about strategy and your agenda, and also a proof of payment. So you have to register.
So basically everybody had to pay money for registration.
For registration, yes. And then they also had to prepare a canvas. So they have to take that problem in their community, pictorially depict that on a canvas.
So, okay, canvas, basically yes. Every applicant had to have artistic skills.
Or a painting.
They had to be able to draw this.
Either you draw it yourself or you get an artist to do that for you.
Okay, that seems better.
Yeah, that seems like a lot. Yeah, so why don't we just look at the documents that they all had to fill.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, this is CANVASSITY TV series season 2. So we just looked at a lot of statistics that involve the selection process. Yeah. Yes, and the challenges that must have posed to the participants, right? And even looking at the engagement charter, we know they have 6 focal points that they have to pick one and focus on, which are
actually strengthening electoral processes, improving security, tackling corruption, public service administration, tracking campaign promises, and actualizing youth-focused SDGs.
Yes, that's sustainable development goals.
Yeah.
Wow, so that's great. Yeah, and then looking at vibrant participants, who are emerging leaders, right? They are emerging leaders, but who are emerging leaders? Are they not people like you and I? Do they not have the same challenges as you and I? Do they not?
So this is the questions we should be asking ourselves.
Asking ourselves every day. So let's look at footage of the challenges our participants actually did.
When on paper, whatever you give you, like giving the job for me. And the second challenge I had was signing of the engagement charter by the mentor. So the focus was lying there for days, for weeks. Please sign this and send to me. And at the end, I actually have to go with another person to do that.
I had to go and meet the artist. I had the idea already painted, so I gave it to him. He said 50K. I was like, what?
Apply for these training programs like Young Stars program that improves post-line leadership capacities. I applied through a Facebook page advertisement through a page.
I personally had a problem with the financial aspect. First, right now we have a lot of Nigerians in Kenya, and I'm sorry to say the biggest city you guys have is your appointment. So when I it. I was taught between writing the application and reading for my exam. But I think it's a once in a lifetime opportunity and I had to sacrifice. So I wrote the essay. The essay was very challenging. It took me actually 2 to 3 hours. By the time I was
So it's been an amazing time here on CANVASSITY. Unfortunately, this is all we can take for today. So join us next time as we continue on this amazing journey with our champions of Africa. I am still Grace Rowe.
And I am Ejoho Obi, and on behalf of Youngsters Foundation, we say thank you to our sponsor, Nerd, and to our partners, and to you, our lovely viewers, for watching.
Do have a nice time.
Let go. There's a place great and grand with the land green and